Hey everyone, welcome back to Red Lipstick Reality. You guys, episode 4, we just finished. Um, did that review. It was a moment, that episode. I felt like it was super dark, and a lot of people have been saying this, that it probably felt like one of the darkest episodes they've watched. And Cody, especially, felt extra dark and scary. And it prompted me as I was watching it and seeing how sad Janelle was, and that really just miserable tragic moment she had when she really was vulnerable and exposed that she had completely let down her guard when it came to this family and basically set herself up for financial failure. And now she's at 50 years old and has nothing. And I wanted to talk about, honestly, what I think the scam of polygamy is, and how these fundamentalist groups really do trap you. And if you're lucky, which Christine, without a doubt to me, was beyond lucky to get out with anything, for the most part, I feel like a lot of these women end up being completely scammed by the principle of polygamy. Now, here's why I think Janelle is one of those people. And I'm going to pick a few different scenes, you guys, from the seasons that really stood out to me on, honestly, how she got scammed by polygamy. At the beginning of the show, the first season, we really find out about the Lehigh house, and we find out through investigative work, as we all have discovered, that Janelle was the one with the money and the credit to get the Lehigh house, and she hunted down that house because she ultimately wanted to get her family back together. She was actually doing very well in Wyoming. She was very successful. I believe she actually owned a home there. Left all that behind. I'm pretty sure she came into some money and decided, you know what, I'm going to buy this home that's built by a polygamist to bring the family together, because I still believe in the principle of polygamy. And quite frankly, if your husband has kids with all these other wives, he's not going to leave them to come just be with you, right? So if she wanted a father for her children full time, she was going to have to continue to buy into the principle of polygamy, and she was the only one that had the financial capital to do so. So right away, you guys, she was already stuck with this home that she obviously could not afford to pay for by herself, right? But she poured everything she had into for the family. Now we bring in Robin. Robin's bringing in another financial liability. Well, as a polygamist, Robin was supposed to come in and help the family financially and get a job. Instead, she brought 3 children into the family. She never found a job. And now Janelle once again is having to take her money, and any savings maybe that she would have had for herself is now being spread out amongst 4 total wives and families, as opposed to just the 3 prior. Think about that. She's one of the only ones working full-time at a high salary outside of Cody. Mary was working, but she was making nowhere near enough money to cover a mortgage and to take care of a full family. Janelle was. So Janelle's been working this whole time, making the bulk of the money amongst the women, and everything seems okay. But now you're bringing in another wife, now that you're going to be responsible financially for, because Cody has assured her he's going to take care of her. Keep in mind, though, Cody's not just taking care of her. The whole family has to take care of her now. So season 1 and 2 automatically brings in a whole bunch of financial liability for Janelle. And because she believes in this principle of polygamy, she goes ahead and takes it on the chin and sucks it up and says, okay, I'll invest myself into this. Now, you guys, they get to Vegas. Now it's season 4 and 5. This is when they're applying for the mortgages on their own. The only people that are having to apply for it together are Cody and Mary, because they're legally married. But Christine has to qualify on her own. Janelle has to qualify on her own, and so does Robin. Well, guess what, y'all? I'm pretty sure Robin didn't come into the family and tell them about the tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt she had. Well, in order to keep this family together and get these cul-de-sacs, guess what? Now they have to pay off Robin's debt. And who's the only person in this family with a legitimate job making a salary and a 401k? I'll be damned. It's Janelle again. So here we are with Janelle once again having to invest in the scam of polygamy and helping to pay off the debt for Robin using her 401k money, so Robin can qualify for a mortgage that only is connected to her. She's basically creating equity and financial stability and wealth for her family, generational wealth for her family. That's not even her family. Janelle's creating all these things for everybody else's family, right? Only bright spot about this is now Janelle has a piece of property on her own that she can pay on her own. And that's the one bright spot. At this point, Janelle should have never sold that home. She should have stayed in that home. She should have stayed in Vegas. And as we progress forward, we'll see why. Fast forwarding now, you guys, we're going to move on to season 8. Season 8 is when Mary gets bamboozled and manipulated to believe that Robin's children absolutely had to be adopted and there was no other option as a family but for the Browns to adopt these kids. Well, guess what, everyone? That means that Cody has to now divorce Mary in order to marry Robin to legally adopt these children because polygamy marriages are not legal. So now Mary, who held control of being the sole legal wife, but did not hold control of Cody's heart because she only had one child. And we know how it is. The more kids you have, the better you're living the principle. So Mary gives up that power and gives it to now the fourth wife, the wife with the least amount of investment, time, and financially to the family. If any wife should have been a legal wife after Mary, it should have been Janelle. Janelle has made the largest contribution to this family and has clearly demonstrated her dedication to the plural family and to the principle. But no. Robin finds a way to manipulate the situation that her kids must be in some random dire danger, but she didn't feel safe, right, with them here. But she felt safe enough to have this man adopt her kids. So here we go. Now we're adopting Robin's kids. Do you all remember when Janelle found out that Mary was going to divorce Cody, and she has the blank stone face, as I think we all realized what she was thinking in that moment. Why on earth are you going to give this power to Robin? I don't trust her. And because Janelle is so invested in this principle and so loyal to Cody, she won't say what everybody else is thinking and knows she's thinking. You do not trust Robin to do right by this family in the same way that you would do. Because everybody knows if Janelle was in the position of being the legal wife, there's no way the rest of the family would have to worry about a scam. But they do not have that faith in Robin, demonstrated by how she has behaved in this relationship and the amount of time she's monopolized and played stupid as if she was not monopolizing Cody and his time and his energy and affection. When she called Robin out and called Cody out to Cody and told him, I think you guys might just ride off into the sunset, she should have went with her gut instinct then and said, absolutely not, I'm not okay with this marriage. And if Cody was mad about it, oh well. The kids are okay now. Maybe we'll get a lawyer and see if there's some other options that we can look into to protect the kids to be able to stay with us. But as far as divorce is concerned and you marrying Robin legally, absolutely not. And if there was an option, what should have happened is after a certain amount of time, he should have then divorced Robin and either remarried Mary or married Janelle. So that way the finances were solidified with the two largest breadwinners that contributed to the base of what this family had built. Now, you guys, at this point, we're thinking, okay, they made it through the divorce. Okay, they're still together. What's going to happen? Oh, no. Now Robin gets the wild idea that she must follow her child to Flagstaff. So now in season 13, they've decided we need to quickly sell all these homes and we have to move in a flash as if they were in danger again. Danger again. They're not, you guys. They have no harm in Vegas. They're just now Cody's just now under duress because Robin's sticking it to him to get out of Vegas. So that way she can be in Flagstaff to watch her son Dayton because he wants to go to college at NAU. Once again, we're running into another bad financial decision. And as smart as Janelle is, she had literally no common sense when it came to this situation. She also, as you can see, continues to buy into the principle and was the only one that was really quite interested in going into one home. What does one home do, you guys? It once again puts all the family money into one pot, thus connecting you permanently to each other financially. It makes it very difficult for you to get anything if you ever decide to leave. All the other women clearly knew that this was falling apart, but for some reason, Janelle was really sticking with the principle. I don't know what rock she had her hand under as well to not realize that the whole ship was coming down, but to invest in one home seemed really crazy. Either way it goes, she packs everything up, she moves her family once again to another state and puts her children under duress once again and falls for the scam of polygamy. Fast forward, you guys, they sell their houses. They make way less than what they could have had they waited. Especially, I think you guys, maybe if they only waited a year or two, they could have made way more money during the peak Big C time, because the housing market during that time was crazy. And I know they probably lost at least 100K or more a piece on each one of those houses. Those were huge houses, you guys. So they sold that house. And what does Janelle do? She falls for the okie doke again, because they invest now all of their money, all their cash liquid assets into buying the property Coyote Pass. Now they're stuck also with a mortgage, a private mortgage with the owner of the land that has a very specific deadline on when it has to be paid off. And everybody in that circle knows if they don't pay that money off, oh well, we lose it all and that's it. Now, I believe that this time, you guys, is when Cody really started to understand and realize and go in his brain that he did not want to be a polygamist anymore. And if he didn't want to be a polygamist anymore, do you think he wanted to be on the same land with all these women? I don't think so. So what's the option? You know that everyone's waiting to build on this land. What do? You find ways to stall, but you can't let them believe that you don't want to build on this land anymore and you don't want to really be a polygamist anymore. You find ways to stall anyone making any progress or building, which is why he was really getting upset with Janelle and had to kind of play it cool and act like he was happy she was moving on that land with the trailer, when in all actuality, he wanted to avoid any building happening on that land as much as possible, because he knew at that point then, once again, he'd be more financially stuck with these women, because what? Polygamy is a financial scam. So now, not only is Janelle not building on the property, she also has wasted time trying to build on the property. So now she does not own a home like Robin and Janelle do. Also, she knows financially, if she invests in a home, it will be years before she can then now build on Coyote Pass, thus giving all these people more reasons as to why they're going to let that mortgage lapse, lose all the money and the money that's invested in that, and then Cody could escape polygamy. Now, here we are, y'all. Season 18. Janelle has nothing to show for the decades that she has worked. Every dime of her money is washed up. At least all her assets, her estate is like this in the family, in the scam of polygamy. And it is sad to see, and to watch her have the realization that she fell for it and calling and saying she should know better. It's hard to know better when you're blinded by faith. And unfortunately, her faith blinded her in this instance, and her devotion to the principle blinded her to the point now that it has put her in a financial situation that none of the other wives are in. It's sad, you guys. I want to know what you think. Go back down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Like this video, share it. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you guys, I'm on my way to 1K. Help me get there. Hit subscribe. Until next time, y'all. See you on the tube. Bye.